Hello, my beautiful starseed. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your channel for grace. Let's hop right into your astrology and tarot reading for Leo season of summer 2021. All right, Scorpio, let us begin by looking at your astrology. I'm going to hop on over to your charts. And we're going to talk about the major astrological aspects that are happening this Leo season and how they are going to be affecting you based off of your rising sign with this chart, but also with the tarot card readings and with the energies of this reading and the channeling, definitely your sun, moon, and Venus as well, and any other planets that you have within the signs of the energies or the transits that I'm going to be talking about throughout this reading. The first thing that happens, of course, right as we enter Leo season is that the sun moves into the sign of Leo. This is going to be a transit that is going to be going through your 10th house, which is the house of career. It is also the house of your life path. It is also the place where you show up for the world. And so how you're in the public eye is a lot of what this house has to do with. Having that Leo energy in this 10th house means that you like to be in the public eye. You like to be in the limelight. You like to be seen, but specifically when it has to do with certain aspects of your personality that feel safe and secure to really share out, because of course we know that Scorpio can be a very private energy. The other thing that happens is that we're going to also see Venus. She's going to enter the sign of Virgo right before, basically like around the same time, and she's going to be transiting your 11th house, which is the house of friendships. It's also the house of sharing your gifts with the world. So Venus, being the goddess of love and beauty, sorry, I had to sneeze there for a second. Being the goddess of love and beauty is really all about in your friendships and in your networks of people and your acquaintances. You're going to feel this sort of activation of maybe love and more friendship in your life. Venus doesn't necessarily like being in the sign of Virgo, but when she transits through the 11th house, it's really about your friendships. So this is going to be a theme that gets highlighted as she goes through this energy. The other thing that happens is that the next day we have a full moon in the sign of Aquarius. This is going to be happening in your 4th house. This is an activation of this duality right here, which for you is the 4th and 10th houses. The 4th house being the house of the home, the 10th house being the house of career. So this is about a very personal energy, the 4th house, versus a very outgoing and public energy. So you're going to see that this theme of home and career, or home and your life path, are a big part of the dynamic, or the places where you're going to see a lot of activation for this Leo season, because there's going to be 2 full moons in the sign of Aquarius, and they're going to be happening for you on this axis. Mars is going to enter Virgo on July 29th, and so you're going to find him also in the 11th house with Venus. This is taking action towards getting more organized for you in how you're sharing your gifts with the world, but also with your friendships and the relationships and the networks of people. Somehow, this is about getting organized and allowing yourself to get serious about some things that maybe before you were like you were having a little too much fun with Mars and Leo. We all were, but now we are getting ready to get a little bit more serious with Mars in the sign of Virgo. Mercury will also be moving into the sign of Leo. And so with the sun right here in this energy, we're going to want to talk a lot. You're going to want to share yourself out. This is going to help you in terms of communication and public speaking. You're not going to feel afraid to shine your light, to express yourself in the public eye. And that can really help if you're really focusing on career during this time, which you are naturally, because this energy is in your 10th house. So we then are going to see Mercury actually leave the sign of Leo and actually enter the sign of Virgo. So he meets up with Venus and Mars right here in your 11th house. So these two energies, it's almost like they're getting really concentrated, really focused for this Leo season. Again, theme of friendships and relationships, communicating, expressing yourself, getting organized in this area of your life, but also focusing on being right here in the present moment. Virgo also rules being right here. This is the energy of the 6th house, which is the house of work, channeling, being in the 3rd dimension. And I say those things because sometimes we forget that Virgo is more than just like a picky energy. Virgo is the virgin, but it is the one thing that can literally channel the divine through her body. So it's a very earthy energy. It's the earth sign, but it channels the divine. So this is also messages coming through from your spirit guides, your angels, and your teachers. We will then see on August 16th, Venus move into the sign of Libra, and she's going to enter basically your 12th house of divinity. This is going to be a really beautiful transit. For one, because Venus is in the 12th house of Pisces, where naturally she's exalted, and she's in the sign of Libra, where she's in dignity. So it's like double power towards the goddess over here. So this is romance activation in your relationships. This is dreams. This is angelic things, angelic beings. This is you connecting with your higher self, connecting with the goddess, the celestial Venus, which is literally like the angel. And because she's going to be in your 12th house, this can also activate your dreams and dreams that you have in relationship to your relationships. The thing that's going to be a little bit of an interesting transit is Uranus, who is currently transiting your 7th house, is going to go retrograde in your 7th house of relationships. And what we're going to experience with this Uranus retrograde is a strong need to eliminate any unnecessary complications that hinder our freedom. And this different perspective is going to lead to a huge paradigm shift. This is going to be affecting your relationships very strongly. Uranus is the planet of freedom. So it is the planet that breaks the chains of everything that makes us feel restrained. It tears down walls. And it is that rebel who eliminates traditions with no shadow of regret, offering a new way towards the future. It is a rebel with a cause and a purpose to raise humanity on new paths. This is going to shine a light on relationships. You're going to find yourself being a bit of a rebel within relationships, or if you're not in a relationship, wanting those kind of relationships that are really sort of like they're both on that same page of like, we just want to be rebels together and like go tear it up or just go find new ways of aligning ourselves and of expressing ourselves and of being in relationship. And then we end, that's going to happen on the 19th. And then we end on August 22nd with the second full moon in Aquarius. And that will be in your 4th and 10th house once again. So this is a theme. It begins in the 4th house and it ends in the 4th house. So you're going to notice also that family and what makes you feel secure is a theme that plays out in some way, shape, or form throughout this month. To recap, basically where you're going to see most of the changes here, you're going to see them a lot, very heavily in the house of the home and family. You're going to feel it also very heavily in the house of career and life path. You're going to feel it very strongly with your friendships. Things will focus in that area somehow. Your connection to your higher self is getting highlighted, and your relationships as well. So that is in a nutshell everything that's going on for you this month. And now let us hop on over to the tarot and oracle to see what your spirit guides want to tell you to expand on these messages. Before I actually hop on over to the reading, I did want to mention something that I forgot to talk about, which is the new moon in Leo that is going to be happening on August 8th. For you, it will be happening in your 10th house of career. So shining a light on how you want to show up for the world. This is going to be where the sun is, or the sun and the moon are going to be coming together. And this moon specifically is the fiery activation, the passionate activation. So it's a good time to set intentions for how you want to proceed in your career, in your life path. So that's why this is such a cool month for you. Plus this like fixed energy, which is very much your energy as well, is something that can stick. So whatever intentions you set during this very powerful portal that also is the Lion's Gate is going to carry you through like for a long time, because this Leo season is one of the most powerful that we've had in a long time. So I just wanted to mention that before we hop on over to the cards. But thanks again, and let's now look at the cards. All right, Scorpio, let's take a look at the cards that came out for you. We've got 4 tarot cards that are the basis of this reading, and I will tell you what they are in a moment. I did want to mention that I am diffusing the Sage essential oil in this awesome pilot diffuser from doTERRA. If you're interested in knowing how to get one, then leave a comment below and I will give you all the details. We are also featuring the Leo essential oil roller for Leo season. You can find it in Chandra Sangat's Etsy shop, link in the description and in the comments if you want to align more with the energy of Leo season and the sun. That's a great way to do it. So here we go. You get the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the 8 of Wands, the Lover's card reversed, and the Devil card reversed. So what does this reading have to say? Well, the first card, which is the Knight of Pentacles, is actually an interesting energy. I'm trying to get it to focus here. This is about, normally the Knight of Pentacles is a very dependable energy, but what can happen when it is reversed is you may be dealing with the opposite, some undependable energy, unreliable energy, or boredom or laziness. And this could be in yourself or in someone else. Like lack of passion would be a good way to describe this card. It's interesting because we're moving into Leo season, which is all about passion. But this lack of passion is quickly moving or causing some very quick movements towards the Lover's card reversed, which is a card of, when it's reversed, it can be a card of conflict. It can be a card of disharmony. It can mean temptation, just negative aspects of relationships where you're not seeing eye to eye. So the disharmony in your life is causing you to have these sort of negative emotions about either a relationship, because this really does point to a relationship, or to life in general. The twins, Gemini, this is also the Gemini card, so it could be I'm dealing with some kind of a Gemini energy. But then you get the Devil card reversed, and this is actually a good card to get reversed, because this is about the opposite of like the addictions. What the Devil card reverses, it's about detachment. So you're detaching yourself because of these negative energies. You're ending up detaching yourself, and that detachment is actually bringing you freedom, and it's bringing you simplicity. And you can see that there's a lot of fire energy in this card. So when you think of the energy of Leo, it's almost like these here they're candles, but they look a little firecrackers about to go off. It's like you're letting go of whatever negative energies have been in your life, and you're quickly moving towards detachment, which of course may or may not be good for the person who's on the other side receiving, right? The detachment, but it really is bringing you more freedom, and freedom from all those energies that really don't align with you or do not feel good at all. The next card that you get, the animal spirit, is the peregrine falcon, which is the energy of observation. I love the eyes, the focused eyes, the energy of the eyes in this card. And it brings up the fact that there's a lot of energies asking you to just watch and just observe and just notice what's going on. Become more aware. It's about awareness. Become more aware of what is going on. And you get the Pinion Pine, these are the Sedona cards, which I just love. And the Pinion Pine is all about patience. So when you give yourself all the time in the world to observe and you are patient, a lot of beautiful things will come about, especially for this season. The next card we get is the Radical Expansion card. I love this, how this is a little dragon snake. Reminds me of a fucus, like a fucus energy and a fucus star seeds coming through strong here. This is about living and loving at full capacity. This is about being unapologetically you. This is about self-expression, boldness, having a voice, taking up space, expansion, empowerment, owning your true power, being visible in the world. Ooh, that's very 10th house energy, which is a powerful house this month. Magnificence, having fun with your magnificence, letting go of judgment, creative exploration, and radical ways of being. So this basically to me says, this is the opposite of all of the negative energies that we start the reading with. So it's like a release of that energy. So we next get the Mecca card. So to align with our ancestors and ancient starseed families, I pull a card from the sacred sites. And you actually got Mecca. And Mecca is a very significant card because it's the one card that points to, you have to pull another card to get more meaning. But Mecca is, it was built in the 4th century BCE by the Yemeni tribe of Kuza, and today is the holiest site in Islam. It does not belong to any of the 4 directions. Instead, it stands alone as the power card. So this is the power card, and you are ruled by Pluto, which is very significant that this is coming through. I feel like this season, you're going to find your full power, and it's going to make you let go of anything that no longer serves you. You have to let go of those boredom, the laziness, the conflict, that whole thing is pointless to even focus on. But this card draws on all the energy from the rituals and the prayers and the thoughts and intentions that come from this very sacred place in the world, and coupled with the power of the meteorite, which is actually believed to be inside this Mecca, it asks you to look to the heavens and call upon the star nations to help you gain clarity about your life now. This card brings your attention to ancient practices of worship and honoring at all the sacred sites in this deck. So I want you to explore your ideas of reality, of what is relevant to you today, of what has been lost, and of what is still to be discovered and harnessed. It invites you to find one act of cosmic connection that can become a habit for good in your life, be it a meditation, a prayer, a dance, a song, whatever it is. Allow this act to connect you to the cosmos and offer something pure for all to share. And I did pull a second card like it instructs to do in the deck. And the second card that you got is Mount Tai. And you can see the symbol of the yin and yang really stand out to me in this card. This is a symbol of harmony and balance, which is the opposite of the Lover's card reversed. So in the end, we end the reading with, okay, the balance and the harmony are going to arrive. If you look at the middle of the card, you see there's the stairs that lead up to the temple. And at the very top, you have Kuan Yin, who is the goddess of compassion, and she helps remove suffering. So the suffering that you've been experiencing is so beautiful. She also brings serenity and that energy of compassion into your life. So it's going to feel like a little bit of a trek upwards just by looking at the stairs. This temple is a specific temple. It is actually called Mount Tai. It's in Shandong, China, and the energy of this card is achievement. So you are achieving. This also speaks a lot to me about the 10th house. You are achieving a lot this month. So what I see overall is that you're moving from an energy of very stagnant with the first 4 cards to fast movement to detachment. You got to detach yourself from those things that no longer serve you. Observe, be patient, be in your sacred space. And when you do that, your power will arise. You will like take your power back. When you detach and cut the cords from anything that doesn't serve you, you're going to take your power back and be like Pluto and your ruling planet. And then the beautiful healing will arrive. But you got to do that work first of all. So it's not an easy thing. It's like a gradual sort of incline towards the top, the compassion, the harmony, the bliss that's coming, that's arriving at the end of the season. But you have to know that that's where it's leading, and everything that you're feeling now will be like completely resolved towards the end of Leo season. So thank you so much for watching this reading. I do want to pull, before we go, I almost forgot, I do want to pull 3 of these Starseed Oracle cards. And while I do this, I do want to remind you to make sure you hit that like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Also, make sure to download my free moon astrology guide, which tells you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign, as well as check out the description of this video for all other information. And if you want to get a reading from me, you can click the link on the screen or go to my website, channelforgrace.guru, for different types of astrology readings and astral travel healing journeys. So let's take a look at your Starseed Oracle cards that came out. Okay, the first one is You're Not For Everyone. That's interesting. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. Oh my God, that if I was going to sum up the entire reading, it would sum up in that phrase. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. Because the truth is that it's not going to work with whatever's happening right now is not working. And unfortunately, you're going to have to let this go. And it does lead to a relationship, especially if it's not working out. It's just not worth it. It's like a waste of time when you can activate your power and move forward into places that you've never even imagined. You got the love. This card is reminding you that you're not alone, that you have the love. This is Hadarian energy, codependency, boundaries, very important reminder to set some boundaries for the situation that you're experiencing. And the last card is big picture thinking. Ooh, oh my God. Okay, well, first of all, this card is freaking beautiful. Look at that portal. Look at the stars, the universe, just a magical place. And it says Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. This to me speaks to the 10th house for some reason very strongly, but the Pleiades are all about having fun. If I was going to say there's an energy that aligns with Leo, it is the Pleiades. So for you Pleiadian starseeds, this is a powerful reminder. And for you in general, Scorpio, it's a powerful reminder to have fun, to enjoy life, and to give in to the magic of life. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you again next time.